I noticed that a lot of the topics on LSAT logical reasoning questions tend to repeat, and if you've been studying for a while, you've probably noticed that too. So today, I wanted to share with you my list of 15 of the most common LSAT logical reasoning topics. If any of these topics scares you or gives you trouble, I would recommend reading a publication like The Economist or Scientific American casually, just to increase your level of comfort with these topics and ones similar to them. LSAT question writers actually get their inspiration from periodicals like this, along with more academic journals. So without further ado, here they are. Number 1, TV shows and violence in children. 2, climate change, fossil fuel use, and crops. 3, dinosaur extinction, ice ages, volcanoes, and asteroids. 4, cigarette advertising, nicotine levels, and smoking rates. 5, government bureaucracies, political parties, politicians, and campaigns. 6, cholesterol, high blood pressure, and obesity. 7, employees and management in mid-sized businesses. 9, economic recessions and consumer spending in imaginary countries. 10, pharmaceutical companies and government spending on medical research. 11, industry's pollution of the environment and its responsibility to clean it up. 12, vaccines, bacteria, and viruses. 13, government support of academia, artists, and aesthetics. 14, planets, moons, and brown dwarf stars. 15, morality, criminals, law enforcement, and law-abiding citizens. Now, you might notice a couple of things these topics all have in common. One of them might just be that you think these topics are boring, and fair enough. Two of the most difficult LSAT logical reasoning questions ever were actually about brown dwarf stars, and if you Google LSAT brown dwarf, you'll find the citations. But one other thing these topics all have in common is that they are relatively unlikely to provoke an emotional response from the test taker. That's you. And this is coming directly from LSAC, that they want their own LSAT question writers to choose topics that are unlikely to get you angry or frustrated or sad, because they don't want your emotions to affect your performance on the questions. So for example, if they had questions related to current events and politicians, or let's see what else, something like abortion or capital punishment, those are things that people tend to feel pretty strongly about one way or the other. And they wouldn't want your personal opinion related to these topics to affect your reasoning ability to solve the questions. And most people studying for the LSAT don't have particularly strong emotional reactions to things like, why did the dinosaurs go extinct? Or what's going on with a virus? Or how do you feel about a brown dwarf star? Like, you don't really have strong opinions about that most likely. And so you could really engage more with the argument itself. That's what LSAC is looking to do with questions like this. So again, any of these topics scare you, make you uncomfortable, make you want to know more in order to better solve them, read about them in publications, again, like The Economist or Scientific American, in order to improve your ability to engage with these questions. And of course, any other common topics you see coming up, you want to, of course, research those a bit too, just to increase your comfort level. So that's all I have to say on that pretty much. All the best to you on your LSAT whenever you're taking it, and feel free to reach out if you need anything at all. All the best.